Stand for pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, call the meeting to order. Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Minutes.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes for May 28th.
Thank you. We'll second that. Any changes or additions? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meetings attended, please.
I had one, I met with Red Lion. Harry with Red Lion last week. He needed 2 forms signed. They want to go back into our power requirements. Previous power requirements that we used for the last year. And he couldn't access that information through the power company unless we allowed
All
it.
signed it.
So I got conservation to sign theirs because they pay theirs out of their own budget. And then I took the other one up to the auditors and they took care of it. The only other question that he had is he wondered if we had any interest in combining the meters at the jail and the complex.
The only thing about that, I would think, is budgets. That's the only thing I have. Because the sheriff's budget's
Yeah.
different than.
I wasn't sure. I told him I didn't.
That's the only reason, John. Other than that, it would make a big difference.
Yeah, I'll let him know, because I told him I didn't know. I'd ask.
Yeah, that'd be the-
All right, we'll keep them separate.
Yeah,
That's all I had.
okay, Chris. I have nothing. Only thing I had is working, my Joe was off, she's back to work today. Just business as normal at the transfer station, and really, it wasn't much going on at all out there. We've been busy. We've been averaging a couple loads a day, a lot of houses being tore down and stuff like that, but things looking good. That's it. Public input.
I would like to bring up, you guys all got a letter from Selena about how much we've got invested in the Sam Wilson case. And that's just so everybody knows that at this time, it's $20,764.12. And that doesn't count going to court, which can push that up a lot more. And then if it's appealed, it probably will be appealed one way or the other by one party or the other, depending on the outcome. So now you're pushing it up to probably $50,000 to $60,000 the insurance company's gonna have to pay. Do you think that's gonna affect our rates any? Oh, yeah. And then the other thing is, have you gotten a financial information from that Red Lion guy? Anybody, so the county attorney can?
We're not
You don't see a need for that?
We're not at that point yet.
Okay, but you do see a need for that?
We'll get there.
Okay,
One step at a
yeah,
time.
because I mean, that's part of doing good business, I think.
I understand.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Vicky, let's go ahead and get
Okay,
good morning.
good morning. This is a building on leased land that the owner at that time in 2020 bought the land as well, so the two were combined. So it did not get taken off in the assessor's office in 2021 when it should have. So they owe the 2020 taxes since it was there January 2020, but in November of 2020, it got combined into a real estate parcel. This building on leased land parcel should not be there anymore. So there's $12 in taxes that the customer wants abated because they don't feel they owe them. They're gonna pay the $8 because I told them they had to pay that, but the other $12 technically shouldn't have been there. So I'm coming to you to ask, because I can't just get rid of it. It's only $12, but yeah, there.
You're active about all that. Nope, any questions for
It seems silly, it's a technicality, it's $12, but
Have a vote.
I make a motion to pay $12 in taxes on said parcel.
Second,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
I
Thank you for bringing that forward.
thank you, I
Nope. thank you.
appreciate it, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yep.
Take care.
You too.
We ain't payroll changes.
Didn't see any in there, guys. We would talk about that DOT, silliness.
I have trouble trying to figure out where this is at without a satellite image. I mean. Amy
Is
tell me.
it up by Grandview?
I think it's that section in between, the old 61. Am I right on that?
Kind of like where the helicopter thing is.
Up, toward the south. of that.
Okay. Oh,
Yep,
okay.
it is. It's on the opposite side. I was thinking it's this section here, but it's this section here. There's the interchange, where the old Grandview corner gas station, that side is that on. It's not in that same spot, but there's 61, there's the frontage road.
Helicopters over here.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have any interest in that piece of property.
We don't have the money.
Well, even if I did, I don't.
Yeah.
You'd have to
Why
know
would-
it.
And I'd like to see him sell it to somebody that pays taxes.
Yeah, they only,
Yeah, on the tax roll.
they only want $302,000.
Oh, my.
I wouldn't offer him $1.
I don't.
It'd be a good frontage for somebody with one, but it's not a real wide track.
How many acres is involved, do you know?
That's what I was just
That's-
trying to figure out. It's,
Doesn't really come out and say.
No, but. Just. You know, every square is 40 acres, if you put those two together, would it be 20?
it should say
Well, they're asking a premium for it then.
23.23 acres more or less.
Give you access to that lake, and it's for sale too, if you have all kinds of money here.
Yeah, but you're right by the stinking interstate.
I know.
Yeah, I don't. I say we pass. Maybe somebody else.
I agree.
Farm it or something, I don't know.
Yeah, get it on the tax.
Just get it back on tax roll.
I can't see a farmer paying $302,000 for that though. But.
Yeah.
That's a lot of farming to get that money back. But you never know. So what do we have to do? Just ignore it or do we? need to tell
We
them?
just have to make a motion that we're not interested, with the offer,
I will make that motion.
and then we'll just follow back with them and let them know.
Yeah, I'll second that motion. then.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, guys. What we need is more government.
That's kind of a wasted spot, if you ask me.
Be a good spot for somebody.
Be different if they were asking them for $1.
Mhm.
Maybe you still gotta mow it and.
Okay, guys, waiting on Adam. and we
Solar
got
farm.
the,
Windmills.
There you go.
claims.
Didn't get a very good response from the candidates supporting them on the windmills.
Yeah. That's the way it goes.
And Joe, is Adam there? Could he come early?
How did that go? I didn't.
You were there. I thought it went pretty good. I was impressed with a couple candidates.
I thought it was gonna be on Facebook.
It was.
Couldn't find it.
Facebook or YouTube? I think it was Facebook, wasn't it? The library, it's supposed to be through the library.
So
Oh, maybe it was YouTube, I don't know.
I don't know,
it's out there, so.
somebody watched it online, told me they couldn't hardly hear anything.
Oh,
You
really?
couldn't hardly hear anything in the crowd either, because they had little kids doing it, so.
Good.
Yep.
Years ago, they had all the schools, and they had, I don't know if it was the class leaders, senior class back in, I think it was 2020. And I thought it was the best setup, best questions. It even beat the nationals. Maybe they ought to get these kids to do the national questions to these candidates.
Wayne, is there any independents running for supervisor? So there's just 4 candidates.
Oh,
Or
one.
Republicans.
There is one independent.
We won't know till they pull papers.
He told me he was running that, the mayor. He was independent.
Is he running in the general? We haven't got papers yet.
Yeah,
So there's no independents
Mm-mm.
I think he's.
as of
gonna-
now,
As of now.
and you have till when to file those?
August 15th through the 28th.
Yeah, they get quite.
Hello?
Claims Jim was 31,864.86.
Can you give me that again?
Yeah, 31,
Okay, okay,
864,
I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
86.
Adam's 10 minutes out. You'll-
That's fine.
We got claimants here.
Thank you. I was thinking, why are they so low? We just did a special claim of 100 and some thousand. Was it last week?
No, I didn't have a claim last week.
Mhm.
Can you move that? Can I have the claim button?
Yeah, sure. Last week.
It was a week.
Week before.
You can see there's another limb. Hanging from the tree where I park right in front of it. If one of you could come over and look at that after the meeting. Cause, I don't know if it can wait. I just noticed it Saturday when we came into work.
Kind of where you park at.
I work over by.
Okay, on that.
Go by the wall.
We just
So
had
that's
some pieces cut out of that. And now it looks like there's a couple more that have been struck by lightning or something.
Conference board gets paid mileage to come to the meeting.
Uh-huh. Really, all of our volunteer groups do.
I thought if they had public office, that was just part of their duties. Isn't that part of our duties?
Yeah.
What? Are you looking at me?
Well, I was actually looking at Brad, but I can look at you too if you want.
You look at
What's
me,
part of my duties? I've got assessor, then
I'm
janitor.
just asking the question. So the conference board gets paid mileage to go to the conference board meeting. I was at the conference board meeting. You were at the conference board meeting. You were at the conference board meeting. Isn't it just part? What?
I have a comment on that if I could.
But isn't that just part of your duties as
As
being
an
elected official?
I'm on P and Z and I get this dollar something check.
Yeah, this, yeah,
It's
these,
gotta cost $20 to have that processed.
Mhm.
I know.
And if
And then in about 2 years, I have to avoid it because nobody cashes
It's not a check,
I
yeah.
mean, can a person waive that and just say they don't want it?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, is that from the assessor's office or the zoning?
That's from, planning and zoning, that's from the assessor's office.
Yeah, I'm just saying that these are $10 checks, $11
So who do I
checks.
talk to do that?
Brian,
Brian T.
Okay,
he's the one that submits the claims.
okay.
In
Person
16 years,
didn't mind it.
I've never charged the county anything for mileage. I feel like if I had a job in town, could I charge the elevator $5 a day to drive to work? No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just asking the question. It's just something that we always did, it just always was like that. Well, why was it always like that? Why? I'm not trying to nitpick it. I'm just asking the question. I just,
yeah, because conservation.
it's $800.
Public health pays money.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Couple of them were board of reviews, rest were conference board. I mean, Jim was there, maybe he should turn in mileage.
You get mileage, Jim?
I'm not a member. I mean, I'm not trying to.
From a different source.
Back in the day, it may have been a way to get people on.
And it could have been to get them, a
Well, just know I
stipend.
didn't get on P and Z for the $10.
I know, right? Exactly.
Sure. But you're right, the conference board is made up of elected officials.
Right, mayors, school board members, I mean, that's part of the duties.
I didn't know they got mileage.
When you sign on, that's kind of what you do.
I'll ask Adam Parsons if that's code or something.
Well, I'm sure it is. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
It just seems
but
trivial
yeah,
to me.
if somebody wants to waive it, they can. About the time we didn't pay it, we hear that.
Yeah, but I think you see a lot of them will probably get a check at home and like, what did I get $12 for?
I'm sure mine or some that she ended up avoiding.
Probably, yeah, it ain't worth it.
That's just. Forget about them.
The conservation board must have got some first aid training from Sam Gill.
Yeah. But Stop the Bleed and some first aid stuff. I just looked that one up. And then I looked up the $5,000 one. What was a drinking fountain? And I think that was a donation.
It's gonna be,
Delta,
Yeah.
I think.
That was a donation. Pretty expensive drinking fountain.
I thought that was the last one, but it's all a grant. We gotta spend it. I have them all initialed. I'm ready to make a motion to approve the
Sure.
claims. Do you wanna,
Is that a motion?
yeah, there's a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, any more discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good morning. How are you?
All right, I'm ready.
Good.
Step that back that direction if you'd like.
Thanks.
You're on. Don't be on it. It's contagious. Everybody wants to be on it here, so. We, construction wise, we replaced the bridge deck out there on that little M Avenue Bridge, yesterday, ripped it off the excavator and put new planks down and it's all on there good. Need to finish up, getting the rails up today, so. I've got a little project done and back on the ditching and piping and stuff like that. That and construction, we're out mowing and things like that, our Columbus tractors in the shop right now. Hopefully be back today or tomorrow, so we're getting a little behind on mowing out there because we don't have the equipment, but. Get back on that as soon as it gets back in. Other than that, Mike and Justin are still out spraying for noxious weeds like teasel and thistle and things like that, so. Office, we've been shorthanded a little bit, so I've been managing the phones and doing all that, but we're back to full speed now, so. Other than that, I don't know a lot, just regular maintenance and doing engineering work in the office and stuff like that, so. You have any investigation on that rock for Hills? I talked to both the maintenance superintendent and the operator, both of them said that they didn't order any extra, or anything larger. Obviously the screening there at the plant is what it is, and sometimes it.
Truck, and that's what they use.
I do know when we put rock down, lots of times the larger stuff will kind of work its way to the outside. And then every once in a while, we go and bring it back in and incorporating it. Definitely something we can keep an eye on, but not something that we plan to go put big rock on the road, and sometimes that happens, so. I know sometimes we get a lot of complaints when we put new rock on the road, which is. Sometimes people complain that we don't put enough on the road, so. We are gonna get our 70,000 tons hauled. I think that by the end of the week, we'll have our annual allotment of rock done and take a little break for a while and get back on it in July. Like I said, we got some floor work to be done and a little ditching work and things like that to be done. We're still figuring out how how to get things done with less guys around. We are finding with people in their new positions now, everybody's a little more flexible and a little more likely to help. But if you have 19 rather than 20, it just, you do the best you can, so. Any questions for me? Anything going on out there?
You said something last week, about the lighting down there at Oakville. Have you looked into that anymore as far as the intersection on that corner?
Yeah, like it from the beginning, I have talked to some contractors about coming in and milling, and that's not really something anybody wants to do. We go down and mill for a couple hundred feet. Options are to put like a flashing blinking light on existing signage for like $500. We could go with one of those speed feedback signs. Those are probably $2,500, $3,000. I don't know, we're kind of at the end of the budget cycle, but I don't know, you guys, what do you think about preemptively spending money to reinforce what's already there? Is that county responsibility, or can the owners do something on their own? I guess what's the public use for these kind of things? Or what do you guys think?
Speed
speed limit drop right there?
Yeah, it does. It drops down to 25 on the curve, and obviously you have people who, quote unquote, asleep. Driving through that, and, you can see that in order to hit the building he's asking about, the person has to begin their turn. If they went straight off, they would miss it to the north. But people asleep, of course, get from the right lane and go through there, so. You know,
How about we start with Brandon, see if he can take our portable speed sign, put it down there for a while and see what we get out of it.
okay,
Yeah, that doesn't hurt nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not costing us anything, just the time to pull it down, or maybe we can pull it down at secondary roads, pull it down and set it up, and
yeah,
you just see how it works, and if something like that works, and then we know the path that we need to look at. Down the road. But I get it, because it's
Yeah.
always been a dangerous
yeah,
hairpin curve in the county,
yeah.
and we've had accidents there.
You know, and I've said in the past, you know, if it's their building, you wanna protect it, you know, when that Dollar General needs something in front of theirs, right, they can buy ballers and put them in and all that, and maybe it's a combination of things too, so.
You need an Oakville bypass.
There you go.
I think it's kind of a twofold thing here. I think one of them, when they come down the highway, they reflect off of Lance's front room window back there. So you see headlights at night, if it's a foggy night, if it's a rainy night, you head for that. I think we cured that problem. We put a shed out there to block that. We also put a red light up in the corner. I think the other problem is people just don't see that corner coming because the signs are in that corner by the time you're there. Both directions. You're seeing that sign and that corner there, you don't have time to slow down. So a flashing red light or a yellow light, and I don't know what you said the cost on that was. But something simple, moving the signs back might help.
Yep.
You know, it's.
That's a good point, because I've lived here my whole life, so I know it's there. I don't have to think about it, but you're right, if somebody that has never been down that road to come down that highway.
Personally do it in
Pretty
like
sure,
2
sure.
months, you know, motorcycles, 2 motorcycles and a truck. I
Yeah,
don't know who that truck was, but it wiped out that stop sign there.
Hmm.
But, you know, I don't think you wanna put a barrier there, because now you're gonna kill somebody.
yeah.
But
Well,
they're
there's,
just not seeing that corner.
you're liable too for different type of barriers.
I meant to county, I didn't mean.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I know some people's had mailboxes that was getting hit and they put into a stronger one, they end up, somebody got really injured or killed, they got.
Is there reflectors on the corner to,
Well, you're there before you see them. You gotta have time to slow down. That's the whole thing.
they
You
don't
see
pay
a
any
sign
attention to what's
20
there?
feet away from it, you don't have time to slow down. And then if it's a misty night or a foggy night,
Yeah.
you're there. And that it's
I think we ought to continue to look at, see what's the best fit.
yeah, signs on back. I mean, we said that before, put, you know, halfway up that road, start telling it's there. People just don't realize it's there. That's a 90-degree corner. That's a bad corner.
It's a sharp one too, I don't know if you can take it at 25, could you?
You can, yeah.
Can
Take it 45 trial.
I don't think I'm-
How'd that work out?
Back in traffic.
Well, and that's what I said, sleep at the wheel.
Yeah,
Or texting.
Well,
And I can see
That
fog
too.
and hard rain and all that and all that too.
Well, I think, and this is before my time. But I think they said that window was a lot of cost, since Lance has put that house back there. I mean, you're going down there and your lights is shining in that, and you're thinking that's a traffic coming at you.
Hmm,
So you just, and by the time you realize it,
That's on
you're
minis,
past the
yeah.
corner, you hit the building.
yeah,
I realize that.
cause the other direction, you just shoot into town, you know?
Correct.
Yeah,
You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of
Now,
town.
actually, two of the people that I've seen coming, motorcycles come from the south. But they're in that corner before they can realize they can't make that corner, so they go out across that cornfield there.
yeah, I mean, it happens, and when there's mistakes, our signs meet all the codes and all that, but you do have driver mistakes, I
Well,
guess.
if there's a turn sign that blinks, You got a little blinking, hey, there's a turn coming up.
Yeah,
I think that'd catch your attention, and again, if you set it back far enough where you have time to slow down. You know, you can't set it right at the corner thinking somebody, you don't see it, and bam, they gotta slam on the brakes or they're through the corner.
Yeah. I'll pay more attention next time I go by.
Hey, a week ago, there was a semi rollover up on X 37 by the curved bridge. The person complained to me, says there's no speed limit signs on that road. You probably not. But that road was designed for 55-mile-an-hour curves.
it was, there are chevrons which, instruct the driver that they probably cannot maintain the posted speed. The word I got back is the operator of the farm equipment was texting and got across the road. On his, or on his phone.
Yeah.
That's ever happened.
On a tractor, got across the road, which pushed the semi, and maybe it was going fast, but again, that's.
Yeah,
There's a lot of driver error going on there, and two, it's, at this point, it is not a road, so like.
It is the states.
Yeah, it is
Right now.
days, so,
Because of the bypass.
yep, well, and you know, you're on from road that gets 400 or 500 cars a day to 1,000 a day.
Right.
I mean, it is there. It is dangerous.
It's a curvy road.
It wasn't, yeah, so. Again, you're trying to go across a bridge and then you gotta get past that house and there's houses on both sides and then there's another road and it's not optimal. I'll
Right.
say that, but it's also not optimal when. Again, distracted driving, if that's actually what happened. You know.
You know, that brings up a good question, since now the state is kind of taking it over until they get their road done. Now, is it up to them to change the posted speeds on the corners? Would it be up to them?
Yes, it would be up to them, I know. Either from me to them or directly from landowners to the DOT, there have been complaints about. You know, lack of signage, you've got equipment, you know, accessing, you know, farm fields and all that out there. The DOT general response has been, well, everything is within code. You know, everything, the signs are within code, everything's within code, and
What if you went to them and says there's been an accident here, how can we prevent the next one? Yeah, I'm not picking on you. but
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
it's-
Picking on the state through you.
I think the state will look at the accident report and notice that person was on their phone and say, you know, one person can make a good situation go bad, and that's unfortunate, but I can ask them about it and see if they've learned anything from these incidents and are planning any improvements, because I mean, it's gonna go on all year long too, so.
Yeah, next year, too.
Yeah, which theory, that won't be the detour next year, because they're gonna be on repaved 92 then. Assuming weather holds and all that, so.
Well, everybody's in a hurry. Just because the speed limit's there doesn't mean you have to drive the speed limit. You can slow down a little bit. But nobody does that.
No.
Well-
Go wide open all the time.
Yeah, you know, and you're on the county road, which doesn't have paved shoulders, like most DOT, you know, you go on 78, you've got some room for error there. That's X 17, there's a lot less room for error. Because it wasn't designed to carry 2,000 vehicles a day,
Right.
it was designed to carry 500, so.
Any update on the closure of the K Road?
No, another meeting today at 11, my last thing I heard when I touched the. DOT inspector, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, he said it's probably trending towards the end of July. And it's supposed to be two months, so. Nothing yet, so the reason why we don't have any control over it in this is because they're. Closing down a county road, so the detour responsibilities are on us. If they close down 61 and detour UT traffic onto us. They would be required by law to help us out, like they're doing in other places. places, but because they're closing down a county road. The county is responsible for the detour. I actually asked about that and they said, this was in the plans and we should have, you know, a complaint about it ahead of time. And I said, well, I'm the county engineer, I don't know your plans, you know, what I'm saying. There's no way of knowing that ahead of time on that, so.
You're talking 2 months, so when this goes down.
That's what we've been told.
How long they gonna close the road down?
2 months,
2 months?
end of July.
That pretty much shuts Oakville off of the south of it. 99 shut, now.
Yeah.
There will be
You
a
got
gravel
gravel.
road version
Yeah,
to that, so.
so I'm guessing,
Gravel road that you
Yeah,
can take
gravel road other than highway.
Yeah.
yeah,
That pretty
yeah,
much shuts
so.
that down.
for fire.
Do you have the detour set up, how you're gonna do it?
The local one will go down 123rd and then over on 30th. Kind of from, see, Brian Kuntz's heading east down to Ruger's house there, all Ruger's houses and then.
You'll end up coming out by the Ferry Church.
Yeah.
You say 4 months? 2 months.
2 months. Now we've also got, the bridge up Hawkeye closed for 4 months, so it's kind of
Yeah, bad deal.
a bad deal and all of it's out of our hands, you know, so. So between all that and 92, there's a lot of construction.
It's good.
So.
Better futures.
Yeah, probably into July, we'll do our little tank car project out west out there, but that's not really gonna affect anybody too much, so.
Oh. Okay. Anything else? Great. Well, thank you.
All right, guys, thank you.
Thank you.
I take a motion to, I don't think we have any other business.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Adjourn, thank you.